I'm in law enforcement here in Southern California. First thing I observed was the federal agents. I like to watch to see how they handle it, what's the training, everything that's involved. I thought they did an excellent job. If you think it was excessive, taking him down to the ground, obviously it looks to me as though they placed him on his knees, gave him some orders, and he did not comply. So they forced him down to the ground.
Okay, Hector, while you're talking, let's play that again. We'll just watch it while Hector talks, but go ahead and play number 8 again. Go ahead, Hector. Sorry to interrupt, but we'll play it again. Okay. Keep talking.
So if you get to the point, because it breaks, right? It comes to the point where he's on his knees already.
Hands behind your back.
Right. So as he's on his knees, they're telling him to put his hands behind his back. Right. Apparently, from what I'm seeing, is he gets a little resistive, so they put him to the ground. In doing so, that's a safer way to handcuff somebody.
Yeah. Re-rack it, Sam, because I don't see any resistance, but go ahead and re-rack it.
Okay, look at his, I believe it's his left arm, and I believe the agent to the back of the camera, I think he's maybe might be Asian. Take a look. He then takes that arm. If you see.
Re-rack it, Sam. Hector, Hector, I just don't see what you see, but we're going to re-rack it one more time. Here we go.
He's on his knees. See, he's placed. See the arm right there on the left.
Yeah. All right, Sam, take it back. Take it back. Take it back. I just see him kind of slipping. I don't see resistance.
Okay, but understand. Do you know what's actually happening? He doesn't. Okay, well, you can Monday morning quarterback because we're looking at it.
Oh, I agree with you. Just to be clear, I agree with you. We don't know. I'm just saying I don't see.
When you look at it on a training factor, there is nothing here that suggests that it was inappropriate. I believe somebody said it was inappropriate. I don't believe it was inappropriate.
All right. So, Hector, let me ask you a question. If they knew by then he was a United States senator, would it be inappropriate?
That's my question to you guys. That was going to be my question: is if I enter the building and I identified as myself and said, "Hey, I'm a law enforcement officer. I have a question for Mr. Padilla." Blah blah blah. As he's performing his conference, what would happen to me? Would they direct me out?
They would.
If I refuse to go, would they push me out?
They would.
Yeah.
Exactly. So that's what I'm saying is I am happy that they treated him like they would treat any normal person that came in there and did the exact same thing.
Would you say that if it were? Would you say that if it were Stephen Miller
I would say if it was the president of the United States, if he did it, yes, take that dude down. That's our job.
Okay.
Take him down.
Brian or Nancy or John, any questions or comments for Hector?
I think what Hector's done here is very helpful and very important because it also reminds me that while you could see the intensity level of the Secret Service agents was very high and that they were very, very hyper aware of the situation, they remained extremely calm. They were like, stop talking, put your hands down, you have to leave the room. Like they weren't yelling. They didn't go, get out of the room, we're pushing you out of the room. They were very much in training, like someone's in this room, someone's got to get out of this room, put your hands down. We're going to walk, we're going to march you out the way we march people out with as little fuss as possible. And we've see this in hearings in Congress when Code Pink stages a scene or something like that. So I think that, as I say, when people start saying that the inappropriate behavior, that's a kind of slander on these guys who, again, were just doing their job.
Yeah, I agree.
Noam didn't trigger them. Noam didn't say you go get him. They did what they had to do because they didn't know who he was. Again, I could say that I'm the George Clooney,
host of the commentary podcast,
and I want to ask a question. Also, like you.
Yeah, but this is, by the way, this is the FBI building in Los Angeles. Is that not correct, Nancy?
It is.
Okay. The people aren't just walking in that building. So
nonetheless, the agents can't rely on that. They can't rely on that.
At the same time, I still think there's got to be a little bit of, could anyone walk in that room? I would think back to candidate Trump. I mean, there's been quite a few security lapses. Would you all see, previously?
Yes, sir. So, Hector, and then Nancy. Nancy.
Hector,
hold on. Nancy. Hector, hold on.
Have that thinking.
Hold on, Hector. Nancy, and then Hector.
Just
Nancy.
very quick, I just want to let you know that when that happened, and we were a bunch of us journalists from, again, LA Times, radio, Bloomberg, Wall Street Journal, people got really pissed at Padilla, not just because he was breaking up, but because he was not a journalist. This was a press conference. They were like, if you want, we're supposed to be in there asking questions. This isn't like a free-for-all, a public meeting. And one dude, he's been like on the job for like 50 years. He's like, you want to be in there doing that? Resign your job, become a journalist, and then go in there and do that. We would not do that. We would
Right.
not be standing there and start shouting. So the press was pissed, and
Yeah.
Hector like kind of agreeing with you, like he's
Yeah.
not supposed to be doing this.
Nancy, maybe as kind of recompense, we should go down to Washington and try to vote in the next Senate vote.
Yeah,
Walk on the
why?
floor. Hector, did you want to say something else?
Yes, Mr. Wolff, I understand what you just said, but did you really hear yourself? Do you want me to not, do you want me to know exactly what I have? I mean, to expect to know who's coming in that door just because it's supposedly a secure building? My job is to make sure I think of everything possible. It's, you want to know exactly what your training is going to expect.
Want more great clips like that? I've got an idea. Hit the subscribe button, be part of the Two-Way community, never miss a clip, and you can always watch our full episodes, join them live, go to twoway.tv.